Hi there, this is Anne, or Anne as they say in Dutch, and I'm here with a tip, tool, or insight on time management, procrastination, imposter syndrome, and self-confidence. And today I want to talk about habits and the creation of multiple habits at the same time. So it is the beginning of the year right now, and chances are very high that you want to make some changes and that you have multiple changes that you want to make at the same time. And so let's say that you have 10 habits in mind that you want to change, and you are very likely to be tempted, because most of us are, and I've been there myself as well. You most likely are tempted to work on everything at the same time, to work on all these 10 habit changes at the same time, right here, right now. And what is going to happen, almost guaranteed, is that you will not make any of these habits stick when you are working on all these habits at the same time. It's as if you are juggling 10 balls at the same time, like you're throwing up 10 balls at the same time, and you're wanting to juggle them at the same time. Chances are very high that you will be dropping all the balls, and that you will not be engaging with or making any of these 10 habits change, but because you dropped the ball on everything, literally, and as a matter of speech as well. And so instead of working on all these 10 habit changes at the same time, it is way more effective to work on one habit change at a time and choose one focus habit from your list of 10 habits as the one that you are going to be working on first. And you can also compare it with like juggling that one ball and throwing it up in the air, and you do that on a regular basis in a loosely consistent way, and after a while you get the hang of it and it feels easy and natural. And that's a time where you can say like, hey, there's a second habit that I want to work on. I'm gonna add that in the mix, and then I'm gonna see what's happening. And either I'm still throwing up that first ball very easily and almost on autopilot, and that means that I have integrated that first habit. And it's as if I'm taking that ball and putting it in my back pocket because it's integrated. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to give it time, energy, and attention. It is happening on autopilot. And that means that I can now fully focus on the second ball that I was juggling. And if that is comfortable and easy, then I can take a third habit from my list, a third ball, and then start throwing that ball in the air as well. What could happen is that then I realize all of a sudden that this ball over here, this second habit over here, is not working anymore. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take the ball that I added, habit that I added, and I'm going to put it aside for now so I can then fully focus on that second habit, the other ball that I was throwing up in the air. And I'm going to do that till that feels easy and natural and is almost happening on autopilot as well. And as soon as that is happening, I don't need to pay any attention or time or energy to juggling that habit or juggling that ball. It's happening on autopilot, so I can put it in my back pocket. And I have now the room and space to take up that third ball, that third habit again, and I can start juggling that one. And that is a pattern that you can repeat, one habit at a time or one ball at a time, where you at any point in time have maximum 2 balls that you are juggling or 2 habits that you are juggling at the same time. Because either you have them still on your list and you're going to be tackling them later, or they are already in your back pocket and are happening on autopilot. So that is the idea. You choose one focus habit, you work on integrating that, making it easy and natural to do that habit, to have that desired behavior. And then you can check by adding in another habit from your list and see if that one, the first one that you're working on is still going strong. If it's going strong, if it's going on autopilot, it means that you don't need to pay it any attention to it anymore. And it's as if you can put it in your back pocket and then have all your time and energy and attention focused on the other habit. And if that is going easy and natural, then you can pick another one from your list and add that in. So you do it always one at a time, and at any given time, you only have 2 habits or 2 balls that you are juggling at the same time. If you notice that it's not working anymore, you put one of the balls aside again or one of the habits aside again so that you can give your time, energy, and attention to the other one, the first one, the first ball or habit that you were working on. So it might seem to take a lot more time to do it that way, like one habit at a time, one focus habit at a time, and juggling two habits that you are learning to integrate, juggling two new habits at the same time only. It might seem as if it's taking a longer time, but if you would take the big picture and take a step back and you would compare the two scenarios, the one where you were working on everything at the same time, you were juggling all these balls and they fall on the floor and you're discouraged and you're giving up on making any change. And so you start today, but then let's say at the end of the year, you haven't integrated any of those habits. If you compare that situation with a situation where you are actively engaging with the habits, one habit at a time, and only adding an habit when the first one is going easily and comfortably, when you do it that way, one habit at a time in the way that I've described, you will be adding more habits as you go along, and you will integrate and have habits on autopilot as you go along. And then you look at the end of the year and you have your 10 habits integrated and on autopilot. So even though at the very starting point, it seems if you're going slower because you're just engaging with one habit at a time, and it seems if you're making lots of progress in the first scenario where you are like engaging with all the habits at the same time, if you would expand your view a bit and look a bit more longer term, you'll see that the first scenario where you're doing everything at the same time is not generating the results that you were aiming for. It's not having you integrate those new habits. On the contrary, the approach where you might seem to go a bit slower because you're just throwing that one ball in the air and juggling that one ball and only adding another one when that first one is going comfortably. It might seem to be slower at the beginning, but then again here, if you take that helicopter view and look at it on the longer term, you see that this is way more effective and efficient even to do it that way, because you will have integrated the new habits and have them run on autopilot. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Let me know in the comments or send me a message. Let me know what your experience is with integrating more than one habit at the same time and juggling 10 habits at the same time. And let me know what the focus habit is. Like if you have multiple habits in mind, let me know what you would pick as your focus habit. The one habit to focus on for now, to engage with for now, till it's going easily and it comes naturally, and then you can add in the other one. So what is your focus habit for now to kick off that process of integrating all the habits on your list, just in a different way than what we are often inclined to do, in a one-by-one way instead of an all at the same time and ultimately achieving nothing kind of way. All right, that's it for today. I hope you found it helpful and I look forward to see you in the next video. And yeah, also, if you like this kind of practical tips, tools, or insights, don't hesitate to subscribe so that you will always get the new videos that I will be making. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.